श्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत नः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामविद्रयवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्।
Om Shri Sairam, offering my humble salutations to our beloved Bhagwan. As you all are aware that we are almost halfway through our National Leadership course. Firstly, congratulations to all of you. Now, I'm sure you have wondered, why do we as a team always speak about transformation? What is this transformation? How does it bring a change? On the other hand, I'm pretty sure you might have wondered, what's with these NLP Org Team members? Do they have anything else to offer other than attendance and LMS messages? Who are these people? Have they transformed? Brothers and sisters, today you will find answers to almost every unanswered question. Weekend Musings with Team Sattvam, wherein we have our in-house organizers from the Sattvam team and the IT team to help you understand what transformation have they gone through. Does it really come from within? Over to the AV team, Sairam.
मंगल पावन निर्मल सुंदर श्री सत्य साई नाम.
With his name upon my lips, a change stirs within, a sacred echo purifying the heart's silent day.
मंगल पावन निर्मल सुंदर श्री सत्य साई ध्यान. मंगल पावन निर्मल सुंदर श्री सत्य साई ध्यान.
In stillness profound, His essence I found.
A meditative trance where transformation sound thus resound.
मंगल पावन निर्मल सुंदर साई प्रशांति धाम. मंगल पावन निर्मल सुंदर साई प्रशांति धाम.
To His abode, where peace does reside, the transformation's journey intensified.
मंगल पावन निर्मल सुंदर श्री सत्य साई नाम.
His name, a beacon guiding back to the start, where endings and beginnings never part.
Transformation.
Transformation
Transformation comes from within.
Thank you. Now I invite our very known convener, Dr. Gopi Krishna Piratala, to take us to the journey of our Sattvam team. Over to you, sir. Sairam, sir.
Sairam. ఆధునిక విద్య పెరిగెను అంతులేక ఆధునిక విద్య పెరిగెను అంతులేక ఆత్మ విద్యయు క్షీణించే అవధి లేక సత్యధర్మములన్నీయు సమసిపోయే ప్రేమ శాంతి అహింసలు పేదబడియే అధిక భాషించు సూరత్వమధికమయ్యే కార్యసూరత శూన్యమై కరిగిపోయే బ్రతుకులు ఆడంబరములాయే నేటి విద్యార్థి స్థితి ఈ పదాయే. Sairam to all of you and welcome back to this Sattvam series today. I think it's a great day for all of us. And let me tell you, this is not going to be a very formal session. This is going to be very informal. And let me tell you, the poem that I just recited to you is sung by Swami himself. Swami says in this poem that the youth of today have become very flamboyant and very, kind of show-off kind of people now. He says, they talk a lot, but they do very less. They speak a lot, they don't do anything. He says the time has come for us to look inside and do what is needed, and that is what is transformation. So let me take you down this journey today, and we have some extraordinary, ordinary people who have been doing extraordinary things. And I will not be between you and them, but let me first introduce this young team of ours. As Vindhya was just mentioning to you, you must be thinking this organizing team is only always thinking of attendance, uploading of documents. Did you attend this session? Did you not attend this session? But let me tell you, this team is a very vibrant, loving team, which you would definitely meet once again. Maybe some of you would not have noticed what they have been doing and what kind of people they are when you guys came in for induction. But over the 9 or 8 months that you have traveled with them, some of them have been your mitras also. But just wait and see. When you meet them, you'll feel, अरे कितने बढ़िया लोग हैं. तो चलते हैं, आगे बढ़ते हैं और हम एक के बाद एक को इंट्रोड्यूस करते हैं. मैं सबसे पहले इंट्रोड्यूस करना चाहता हूं एक बंदा जो वो हिमालयन हिल्स के पास से आया हुआ है, जो वेस्ट बंगाल के दार्जिलिंग एरिया से. मे आई इनवाइट ऑन स्क्रीन रिक्षित प्रधान प्लीज. There you go. I don't know, most of you might have met him or might not have met him. Some of you must have spoken to him. Some of you might not have spoken to him. But this young guy is the state youth coordinator of West Bengal too. What is fascinating about Rikshit is that whenever we tell him, elders of the organization, अरे Rikshit ये करना है, वो करना है, ये सोचता भी नहीं है, ये करके दिखाता है. ये क्यों करके दिखाता है? इसका एक वजह है, क्योंकि ये जानता है करने वाला मैं नहीं हूं, भगवान करते हैं. And that is the most important aspect that every one of us have to learn in our lives. Rikshit, to tell you, is a very accomplished civil engineer, and he is a lead evaluator of, assessing lands and other buildings, and he assesses these properties, and he's based out of Darjeeling, and that's Rikshit. And one important thing that you have to notice when you look at him is that smile on his face. Look at that smile, glowing smile always on that face. That's something very, very, contagious, I would say. So next on camera, I would like to invite a young doctor, Dr. Sathya on camera, please. Okay, perfect. So the communications that come to you every day, back end, there is a huge team that works. There's a communication team that works with the National Leadership Program, be it Hindi or English. For that matter, the Hindi stream, the entire program from the organizing team is coordinated along with Professor Yogindra Verma by Rikshit Pradhan as the team lead. Shravani here, you might be looking at her, very calm, composed girl, always with a smile, but very stern. She's an emergency specialist. And she comes from the state of Andhra Pradesh. She is basically working now in Visakhapatnam. And what is fascinating about Shravani is that she's very calm and composed. There are some of these traits that, we from the organizing team have also learned from these young kids, who are there on the screen today. And Shravani is one such personality who is always calm, let the earth and sky fall on her head, but she's still composed. And that is what is something that we need to learn from such people. That's Dr. Shravani to you. And third in the line is another young, dynamic gentleman from Odisha. May I request Siddharth Bisoi to come on screen, please? Do I see Siddharth? Okay. So this is Siddharth. How many of you have met Siddharth during induction? There might be a few who must have traveled up and down from Bangalore, would have. Siddharth is the person who is actually also very, very active in the Odisha Sri Satya Sai Seva organization. By profession, is a project manager, but as a passion, he also runs a company where, he does photography and videography. A very vibrant personality. You cannot ignore him at any point of time. That's point number one. The second thing about Siddharth is that he's one guy, you tell him that you want something to be done at this particular time on this particular day. Be sure that that is delivered at that point of time, well ahead of the time that has been given to him. Siddharth, in fact, handles the entire video and photography at the National Leadership Program. All the uploads that are being done on the net, when you look up SSSNLP organization site, the YouTube channel, entire editing work, everything is under the bucket of Siddharth Bisoi. That's Siddharth for you. Right. Now, I want you to meet another young lady from the state of Madhya Pradesh. She's a dentist by profession, Dr. Subhada S. Kumar. On screen, please.
Sairam, uncle.
Sairam. Sairam is Dr. Subhada. So, I do not know how many of you have personally spoken to him. Subhada is, a chilbuli jo ladki hai, always on the move, very, very, light-hearted, and इसका चेहरे पे ऐसा मुस्कान रहता, कभी-कभी गरम भी होती है, बहुत गुस्सा भी आती है उसको, but nevertheless, you should know that the entire Vedam and the singing part of the bhajans and the music program is under the bucket of Subhada, an extraordinary singer. Let me tell you, Subhada is an extraordinary singer. Her family has been with Swami for a long, long time. What is important about Subhada is that when the first time when the Satsang organization was actually venturing out to Jammu and Kashmir to do a medical seva program, and when I was assigned the responsibility of collecting a team of doctors, the first young girl who volunteered said, "Uncle, I will come to Srinagar." Srinagar, people think that, people will be very scared to come to Srinagar. They said, "Kya hoga? Security kaisa hoga wahan pe? Kya hoga?" But this young doctor, she said, "Swami हमारे संगत है, तो क्या दिक्कत है?" ये सोच के साथ ये आगे बढ़ी है। और मैं आपको ये भी बताना चाहता हूँ, श्रीनगर आई है, अभी तक 4 बार लद्दाख आई है, and she manages the entire medical camp. Though she's a very young doctor, she managed it so well. And I'm sure all the learnings that she has done, she has learned, in managing such things have come by being a part of this organizing team and from the Sathya Sai National Leadership Program. And of course, the Sathya Sai organization per se teaches you a lot of things when you move forward. So that's Dr. Subhada for you. And lastly, I have another young man who is never heard, but sometimes seen on screen. Very, very calm guy, very unassuming. And that's PVSR Shravan from Hyderabad. Shravan, can I see on camera? So, Shravan is basically a graduate, postgraduate from the Indian School of Business. He's a data specialist, and he heads the Reckitt and Coleman data analytics team in India. Very, very unassuming guy. And all through the NLP program, those of you who were very happy getting rooms during Puttaparthi's stay, if something has to be said about it, all the arrangements, all the comforts that you get is actually from Shravan. But एक और बात भी है, अब अगर नाराज भी कभी कभी होते हैं कि मेरा अटेंडेंस ने छूट दिया, इसने मेरा अटेंडेंस कट कर दिया, ये 45 मिनट 75 मिनट नहीं था, मेरे को काट दिया, बोलते यही गलती है, यही अटेंडेंस देखता है आप लोगों का, आप इसको पटा लो, बिकॉज ये अच्छी तरह से अटेंडेंस देख के आपको कहाँ आगे लेके जाना है या दबा के वहीं छोड़ देना है, यही करता है। ये श्रवण के बारे में आपको बताना चाहता हूँ। श्रवण इज अ वेरी एक्टिव member of the Satsang organization in Telangana and Hyderabad. And this is a team of the Sattvam group that actually, takes forward the Satsang series. आप लोग सोचते होंगे कि यार क्या बात है, कोई आया, किसी को बुला दिए, वो आके बात करके 1.5 घंटा चला गया, कुछ क्वेश्चन ऐसे पूछ दिए और हो गया। बट आपको ये बताता हूं कि ये इतना प्लानिंग होता है सत्वम ग्रुप के साथ। आज के ये जो एपिसोड आप देखने जा रहे हैं, इसके पीछे भी बहुत प्लानिंग हुआ है, एक थीमेटिक स्ट्रक्चर हुआ है। मैं देख रहा था कि ये 5-6 लोग जिस तरह से प्लान कर रहे थे इसको, ये हमारे साथियों को, हमारे पीयर्स को, आपके एज के, दे आर नॉट वेरी ओल्ड, दे आर ऑल ऑफ योर एज, दे बीन, there are some of them are from 2020 batch, some of them are from 2021, some of them are 2022 batch. They're all people who have gone through this program, and they've learned a lot of, traits, and they've learned a lot of characteristics that they have imbibed from the program. And today they're a part of this organizing team. That's what that makes them special. So behind us, there's another guy also, I think, I don't see him, who planned this entire thing, encapsulated the entire video and the thematic proceedings of this program. If he's around here, may I request Sai Hriday to come on screen, please? Sai Hriday, is it there? Yeah, there you go, Sai Hriday Piritala. So that's him, the Sattvam. That's the Sattvam mascot of our NLP program. He's not on camera because I guess he's traveling from London to another place by bus. So that's the reason he's not on camera right now. So this is the team that is going to talk today, and let's start. Let us have a frolicking time to listen to them. What is it that we're going to have ahead of our Satsang series today? Now, my question goes to you. First question, I've been asked to moderate, and it's a great pleasure for me to introduce my team. What a great opportunity. I'm really privileged. I'm honored for giving me this opportunity of introducing this team today. So my congratulations to this entire team that's there who are going to speak tonight to you. Now, coming back to this, you heard the song this evening. It had 4 different parts, The song talked first about Sai Nama. In this entire story of the National Leadership Program, the Sai Nama, Swami ka jo naam hai, that is the most important aspect. I recall one incident, when the king of Nepal had come to see Swami, and after having darshan, there was a Satsang Central Trust register, guest register book that was supposed to write, and then the book was taken to him. The king mentioned in that book, the Lord of the universe I have seen today. And बाकी जो स्टूडेंट थे उन लोगों ने पूछा कि आपने स्वामी का नाम ने मेंशन नहीं किया, आप स्वामी का नाम मेंशन करते, तो उसने बताया मैं एक निमित्त मात्र हूं, मैं स्वामी का नाम कैसा ले सकता हूं, भगवान का नाम लेने का मेरे को अधिकार नहीं है। ये साई का नाम इतना पवित्र है, इतना महत्वपूर्ण है, बट ये साई का नाम हमसे हमारे जिंदगी में जब हम जोड़ते हैं, ये किस तरह हमारे को आगे ले जाता है, हम इस कहानियों को सुनेंगे। और आई वांट टू स्टार्ट विद रिक्षित. What is it that basically, that actually you have learned in terms of after coming into the leadership program and as well as being an organizing team member, how is it that the name of Bhagwan has influenced you, and how is it taking it forward in your life to get self-transformed? Over to you.
Om Shri Sairam. Bhagwan ke charan kamlo mein mera shatkoti naman. Invoking the divine blessings of our most beloved Bhagwan, Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Respected elders, my dear brothers and sisters. ये आज मेरा नहीं बट हमारे पूरे टीम का एक सौभाग्य है कि आपके समक्ष हम अपना जो एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं वो शेयर करने का हमें सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ है. It is our privilege on behalf of the entire team of Sattvam that works relentlessly 24/7. Actually, like जो अभी अंकल ने बताया हमें, that Hruday is in London right now. So basically, the Sattvam team to begin with is a team, I think, in the NLP Org Team, जो 24 hours वहाँ पे communication कुछ ना कुछ होते रहता है, right? That is one very important aspect of the Sattvam team, जो हम सबको मालूम होना चाहिए. Now, how I got initiated into the organization, or how I got the privilege to be introduced to Bhagwan. पहले यहाँ से जो शुरू करना है हमें. First of all, भगवान का नाम और भगवान के साथ एसोसिएट होना इज अ प्रिविलेज. सबके तकदीर में लिखा ये बिल्कुल नहीं होता है. आई एम श्योर मेरे जो भाई बहन यहाँ पे आज उपस्थित है इस सत्र में, वो इसके साथ बिल्कुल अग्री करेंगे. एंड आई एम श्योर एवरी वन ऑफ यू हु इज अ लिसनर टुडे इन दिस कॉल, दे टू वुड, दैट इट इज अ प्रिविलेज टू नो भगवान. इट इज अ प्रिविलेज टू बी एसोसिएटेड विद भगवान एंड हिज मिशन ऑल्सो. सिमिलरली, जैसे ही आप सभी को अभिमन्यु का स्टोरी पता होगा, अभिमन्यु को चक्रव्यूह में घुसने का, उस चक्रव्यूह में जाने का, चक्रव्यूह के अंदर जाने का ज्ञान उनको अपनी माँ के गर्भ से ही हुआ था. सिमिलरली, आई टू शेयर अ सेम स्टोरी. व्हेन आई वाज अ चाइल्ड इन माय मदर्स बेली, जब मैं अपने माँ के गर्भ में था, मेरी मम्मी she started going to bhajans, she started getting associated with the organization, या भगवान के साथ उनका association शुरू हुआ था. And I feel that just like the story of Abhimanyu, certainly वो मेरे लिए भी it worked, and that is how I got into the actual communion with God, that I would say, the initiation of the communion with God. And certainly it did not stop there. उसके बाद मेरे मम्मी पापा ने मेरे पीछे बहुत स्ट्रगल किया है. आज यहाँ पे जो मैं आपके सामने बैठ के आपके सामने ये सारा चीज शेयर कर पा रहा हूँ, उसमें मेरे मम्मी पापा का बहुत 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 बड़ा योगदान रहा है, जिसके बारे में हम आगे जाके निश्चय ही बात करेंगे. बट इट इज अ मैटर of pride and privilege, like I said, to know Bhagwan always, and it will always be something that is very, very close to my heart. Thank you, sir. Over to our moderator today. Thank you. Sairam.
Swami, I think, your family has been with Swami for a very, very long time, as I know. What do you think, how do you associate yourself with the name of Bhagwan? Do you feel it is a great blessing to you that, that as an individual, when somebody, links you up and say, Shravani, you're associated with Satya Sai, is it not? And what is the feeling that you get? Could you share your thoughts on this?
Yes, Uncle. So, good evening, everyone. Usually when I go outside, even in my MBBS days, people recognize me. Oh, okay, there are two Shravnis in my class. So they recognize me. Oh, the other Shravani who keeps one Vibhuti above and one Kumkuma below. She goes to this Swami Bhajan every Thursday. This is how I get recognized usually. Yes, as Uncle mentioned, everyone calls us as Swami family, or Swami's family who is in Swami's fold since the start. That is because of my grandfather. In 1968, he first listened to Swami's words in a small village called Amalapuram. Swami used to come campaign in those villages and give upanyasas, speeches there. There, he was the first one who got connected with Swami. In that way, I was born into a Swami family, is what I can proudly say. So Swami was planning for me a family, a mother whose parents are Shirdi Sai Baba's devotees, but never spoke of Satya Sai Baba. But she herself, from her childhood, would silently go into the bhajans, silently go into the Balavikas dramas without knowing without telling their parents. Inducted into this family as a daughter-in-law. So Swami was planning a family completely composed that, okay, you are going to be born in this family. That is how I came into the Swami's fold. Yes, sir.
So now the question is, I want to ask you, what does it mean to you, Shravani, when somebody talks to you about Swami and actually collaborates your life with Swami? How do you feel?
It feels like a blessing, first of all. Like, okay, as we all know, the world, which side it is going on. And if we are recognized with the Lord, who takes as our name with the Lord, it's the most and best gift of our life, calling our name associated with the Lord's name. Other than that, I cannot describe how happy we feel it like that.
So that's a very pertinent point, youngsters, if you listen to Shravani. Somebody out there who are not from the Sai fraternity, but outside the Sai fraternity, they are actually assigning your name with the Divine Lord's name. That's the greatest blessing that one could get. And all of you who are here in the National Leadership Program, if you look at it yourself as if somebody comes and says, hey, are you from the Satsai organization? आप Satsai organization के संगत है, तो आपको दिल में इतना गर्व, महसूस, सेल्फ रेस्पेक्ट के साथ महसूस होना है कि यार भगवान के साथ, भगवान के नाम के साथ हमारा नाम जोड़ा है. This is what the thought should be. Siddharth, can you actually come forward and share with all of us your thoughts on this?
Sairam, thank you, Sami. Actually, जब कोई मेरे को पूछता है कि if you are associated with the Sathya Sai organization, then I feels like ये मेरे लिए एक it's a biggest responsibility actually मेरे लिए होता है, क्योंकि we are the reflection of Swami. So whatever we'll do, so people will judge, not us, to Swami also. So मैं हमेशा वही रखता हूँ कि अगर मैं किसी के सामने एज ए रिप्रेजेंटेटिव होके जाता हूँ कि सत्य से ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, और कोई मेरे को जानता है कि मैं सत्य से ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ बिलोंग्स करता हूँ, तो मेरा वहीं पे काम करना, वहीं पे बातचीत करना, वो तरीका ऐसा रहना चाहिए कि दे शुडंट ब्लेम सत्य साई बाबा कि वहाँ पे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में जाके ये लोग ऐसे सीखते हैं, ऐसा बोलते हैं, ऐसा करते हैं. ऐसा होना नहीं चाहिए. ये मेरा मानना है एक्चुअली.
बहुत बढ़िया यार सिद्धार्थ ने, आपने इतना महत्वपूर्ण का विषय बताया कि स्वामी का नाम जब हमारे नित्य जीवित में हम ये संगठन में काम करते हैं और बाहर दुनिया जब हमें देखता है, ये स्वामी का नाम हमें रोशन करना चाहिए. ये जो इम्पोर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट आप जो बताए, दिस इज फैंटास्टिक. आई थिंक दिस इज समथिंग दैट वी ऑल हैव टू थिंक अबाउट. So with that, do you want to share, what do you think basically when somebody mentions to you the name of Bhagwan Sri Satsai, somebody walks to you and says, hey, are you devotee of Bhagwan Sri Satsai? What happens? What is the kind of feeling that you get?
Yeah, Sairam uncle, thank you for this wonderful question. ये बहुत ही ऐसा क्वेश्चन है जिससे अपने दिल की जो बात है, दिल का जो कनेक्शन है स्वामी के साथ, वो मुझे आप सबके साथ शेयर करने को मिलेगा. मैं आपको एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग एक स्टोरी बताना चाहती हूँ. मेरी एक क्लासमेट थी जिसको किसी डॉक्यूमेंटेशन के लिए बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट की जरूरत थी, एंड अनफॉर्चुनेटली शी हैड लॉस्ट हर बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट एंड शी हैड टू गो टू द municipality office to get a new birth certificate or to get it renewed or whatever the formalities were. And it so happened that my aunt she used to be the birth and death registrar at the municipal corporation at that time. And so when my friend went there, she saw a photo of Swami there. And then she comes back and she tells me, शुभदा, हम कल ऑफिस गए थे, वहां पर हमने तुम्हारे वाले अंकल की फोटो देखी. Now that is a very, very gladdening thing for me, because first thing, she had the vision of Swami. She could have the darshan of this beautiful form. And because I feel it is a very rare privilege to even see, एक झलक मिल पाना इस खूबसूरत फॉर्म का, वो एक बहुत बड़ा privilege है. And secondly, that she thought of me when she saw Swami, and thirdly, she thought that I was related to Swami and that he was my uncle. And all of these things made me realize that I have never really spoken about how I am a devotee of Swami, but somehow in the way, in every single thing that we do, the way we talk or through social media posts or whatever, she just came to know that I am a devotee of Swami, and it left an imprint on her mind और वो चीज उसको जो याद रह गई कि दिस पर्सन इज एसोसिएटेड विद दिस फॉर्म, that not just made me very glad, but it also reminded me that whatever I do, it just gets fixed in people's minds. सबको याद रह जाता है, associative, because Swami's form nobody can forget. और अगर आपको स्वामी से कोई अटैच करके कोई याद रखा है तो वो आपको कभी नहीं भूलेंगे. तो जैसा कि अभी सिद्धार्थ भैया ने कहा, वो एडेड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी हो जाता है, वो जिम्मेदारी बहुत बढ़ जाती है और वो खुशी भी बहुत बढ़ जाती है, बिकॉज यू नो दैट यू आर cocooned. Nobody comes to try and mess with you because they know that there is, you have a powerful friend who's taking care of you. And that is one wonderful anecdote that I had in my life. And I think that is, it is my greatest address कि भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा के नाम से जाने जाना, उनसे एसोसिएटेड, रिलेटेड, उनके भक्त होने से जाने जाना मेरी जिंदगी की सबसे बड़ी उपलब्धि है.
अरे वाह, मैं तो ये कह रहा हूँ कि आपका सोल का ड्रेस स्वामी का एड्रेस हो गया तो इससे महत्वपूर्ण क्या हो सकता है. ग्रेट एक्चुअली. अब किसी भी छात्र को अगर मान लीजिए कि स्वामी का भतीजा और भतीजी कहते हैं तो इससे बेहतर क्या होगा. स्वामी, somebody is relating you to the Lord. What more do you want? We are all His divine children. This is one aspect that we need to remember, and that is what takes us forward. Because when Swami is our father, Swami is our mother, and when Swami is also our best friend in life, you don't need anybody's help at all. Because all through the while, Swami is there with you, within you. Shravan, I've never had this occasion to ask you how did you thank the Swami first, but this is a great opportunity for me to know, what do you think about your association with Swami? How did that name come into your life? And how are you taking it forward?
Thank you, Sairam sir. Good evening, everyone. So we are like lot many generations into Swami's fold, fortunately, and we were given that by birth. It was given that Swami was God. So it was taken for any child born in this family that Swami is God. But one peculiar thing I obviously observed in our family was when we used to be naughty, when we used to be do some mischievous things, our family members, mother or father, used to tell that there was a big picture of Swami holding letters. So my father and mother used to tell us that so if you do something, Swami will write a complaint against you. So he would note it. So if God notes some mistakes of you, then you're gone. So that's how we got introduced in the childhood. But over the period of time, so I was very much influenced by the book Anyatha Sharanam Nasti when I was in 9th class. That was around 2000, 2001. And once I was let free in the family, when I went to the engineering in my hostel days, I used to visit Swami every weekend. So I used to bunk my practicals on Saturday, and Saturday, Sunday, I used to switch around 4 to 5 buses from Davangere in Karnataka. I used to go to Parthi, have 2 darshans, and then come back. So I was fascinated with his form and name. I used to enjoy bhajans. I used to visit bhajans every Thursdays in Samiti. So that is how I actually got into the loving form of Sai, I would say, rather than the like how we got introduced in the homes.
Just to add to Shravan what Shravan just said, right? So you all will be surprised to know that today he's facing some network issues, it seems, but you all will be extremely glad to know that he is live from Prashanti Nilayam today. He's connected with us all from the divine abode of Bhagwan, from Prashanti Nilayam. और एक चीज ये है कि जो नेम एंड फॉर्म का अभी उन्होंने बात किया, एंड ऑल ऑफ माय डियर ब्रदर्स एंड सिस्टर्स जो उन्होंने अभी तक बात किया, like Shravan and I will just take an example of Shravan and I here, because अभी हमें पता है he is in Prashanti Nilayam. You know why did he go to Prashanti Nilayam? I'll just take that as a cue here. वो क्यों प्रशांति निलयम गए? I'll just tell you. क्योंकि उनका ऑफिस में इतना ज्यादा प्रेशर था that it was very difficult for him to maintain focus also in his office work, and that was the reason why he traveled to Prashanti Nilayam. And fortunately, we have here with him on the session today as well. So this is the reciprocation of the love that is expected from each and every one of us here in this call and beyond that as well. And that is what I take highest inspiration from what Anna did right now. And I'm obviously noting it down very properly in my diary so that I don't forget it. And next time, whenever there is some pressure that I'm agitated with, I will take the next train or flight to Prashanti Nilayam and be there in the abode of peace, be in the abode of absolute peace, that is Prashanti Nilayam. That is the power of his name and his form. Sairam.
Great, great, great. Very, very well done. Actually, Shravan, I didn't know that you're in Prashanti Nilayam right now, but I know that you're in a tremendous pressure at your work. I do know that. Yeah, the best place to connect when you're in trouble, the best form, the best place, the best name to connect when you're in trouble or when you're actually agitated is Bhagwan. And for all of us in this call, let me tell you that the holiest of the holiest place, the spiritual headquarters of the world is Prashanti Nilayam, where you can get peace. The name itself showcases peace. But before I go into the next topic of discussion, can I have that Sattvam guy who's actually traveling on a bus from London to Cardiff? Does he want to talk anything about the form or the name of Swami? Is it there?
Sairam, am I audible?
Yes.
Sairam, everyone. This is quite a surprise. I was supposed to be behind the camera listening to all my brothers and sisters over here, but I got pulled up and let me, first of all, I don't like all the panelists being on. Please unmute yourself and then engage in a conversation. So I would like to ask you all one question. What does air or atmosphere mean to you? What does you feeling hungry, or you feeling sleepy, or you feeling tired, or you feeling happy mean to you? It's all natural, right? There's no proper definition to it. So to me, associating with the name and form of Bhagwan is natural to me. It's not something that am I grateful for breathing? Yes. Am I grateful for being hungry? Yes. Am I grateful for connecting with Bhagwan? Yes. That's the end point. There's no validation required. There's no assurance required. He's there with us. He's our best friend. He himself in his words said, "I am your best friend." There were days, there are months in here where I've never understood that, and I went on to seek friends and best friends and people around me. But that name, that form, even though that physical form is not there with us right now, but that hairline, that I always ask my father, if you observe Swami's toes, there's a lot of gap between the first toe and second toe. And I thought that, okay, when I was in my childhood, I thought that gap was there because I want to keep my finger in between those toes. So I have that kind of a connection with that name and form, saying that he's my friend, man. End of the day, Bhagwan hai, theek hai, but he's my friend. That's the connection I have with him.
Thank you, Saruday. Now, I want to basically talk about our journey. All of you, Rikshit, Shravani, Siddharth, Shravan, and Subhada, and Saruday. We are all in the journey of our life, and we plan our destination. Like, some of you might be traveling a little late, some of you might be traveling a little fast, some of you might be a little lagging behind. But for all of us, the destination is one, Bhagwan. I hope there is no other destination that we want to look at. Some of you might have ambitions to become the CEO of the company and stuff like that. But ultimately, as a human being, as a soul's destination, is to merge with the Divine Lord. And where does the Lord reside? The Lord resides in Prashanti Nilayam. And this journey of the National Leadership Program, if you look at it, is a journey of about 9 months, like a mother carries a child in a womb. This 9 months of 90 hours of program is like a journey from I to we together to we to he is where we reach. So before we actually get into the nuances of knowing, What do you think of this Punya Dhama, the Pavitra Dhama, the Sri Prashant Nilayam? I want to quickly hear for about 3 to 4 minutes from the participants. What does Sathya Sai Nama mean to you? What does the name of Swami mean to you? Please unmute yourself and, we can go right now. Anybody in this group can just go right now. What does the name Sathya Sai mean to you?
Sairam sir, I am Varun. I am from Karnataka South. Like Sathya Sai Nama is like breathe. Every second, whatever you breathe.
Swasa.
Yeah, Swasa.
Very good. Very good. You don't need to introduce yourself. We see your names all there. Just go on and just say. Just say. It's a rapid fire.
Sir, Sairam sir.
Sairam sir.
Sai means the truth, ultimate truth.
Ultimate Satsai means ultimate truth. Very nice. Yes, next please. Chetri.
Sairam means the emotions, every connection to the divine.
Very nice. Very nice. Go ahead, please. Don't wait for me to call. Just keep. Go on.
Mother and father for me.
Mother and father for you.
Whatever I ask, he will bless me. Everything.
Very nice.
Swami means my friend and a very good guide.
Good guide and a friend. Very nice. Yes.
He is the one who is always with me. I read this word. He is with me, in me, and around me. So he is the one who is always with me.
Very nice.
Sairam, everyone. Swami for me is a magician. Simply a magician. Anything, whatever I want. It
So
is like
he creates
in
magic
second.
in your life, is it? Okay,
Yes,
right.
sir.
Right. Does he create magic in your life?
Yes, yes.
All right.
Sairam sir. Swami is like a
Sairam,
bliss
sir.
for me. In any situation, he just appear in my mind and just bliss comes out. So Swami is a bliss for me.
Okay, bliss for you. Very nice.
Sairam sir. Swami is my love.
Swami is allowed. Very nice. Anybody?
Sairam sir. Yeah, Swami is unconditional love. Prem Swarupala.
Sairam sir.
Unconditional love. Yes. I'll take 2 more.
Sairam sir.
My role
Sairam sir.
Sairam
Swami is
sir.
like my best friend with whom I can share each and every moment of my life.
Oh, great.
Sairam sir.
Yes.
सर स्वामी तो हमारे लिए मेरे प्राणों का आधार है.
प्राणों का आधार है. अरे
He
वाह.
is a very strict discipline master who taught me the discipline and time management.
Okay, right. He's a tough taskmaster for you. Very nice. Okay, right. We'll close it here right now. But look at this thing, एक छात्र में, हर एक छात्र में अलग अलग सोच विचार है. भगवान का नाम के साथ इतने विचार है. बट क्या है? विचार अलग है, बट सोच एक ही है कि भगवान भगवान ही है. The ultimate goal of your life, the ultimate point where you want to reach is again भगवान only. स्वामी gives you in a different perspective. हमारे विचार अलग हो सकते हैं, बट हम स्वामी को एक ही रूप में देखते हैं, वो है भगवान श्री सत्संग. चलो हम आगे बढ़ते हैं आज इस सत्संग में और हम पूछते हैं सबसे पहले सिद्धार्थ से. सिद्धार्थ, आपने तो पुट्टपर्ती को इतने बार जाने के लिए, ये प्रशांति धाम आपको क्या महत्वपूर्ण देता है? व्हाट डू यू फील व्हेन यू एक्चुअली एंटर प्रशांति निलयम? ये जर्नी आपका एसएसएनएलपी का जो जर्नी रहा है यहां से वहां तक अभी तक, तो आपका विचार क्या है? प्रशांति निलयम पहुंचने पे आपको क्या लगता है? हाउ वाज योर जर्नी बीइंग टू प्रशांति निलयम?
Thank you, Gopi Bhaiya, for asking this question actually. So I want to say one thing. Prashanti is my second home. Okay. So it is not like something different place. It is like going from your home to another home. To your actually, I always believe Swami as my best friend. So I never treat him as God or Bhagwan. I always treat him as my best friend. So even when I used to go to college, I used to have one cycle. तो मैं क्या करता था, स्वामी को बोलता था आप साइकिल में जो आगे में एक रॉड रहता था, बोलता था स्वामी आप आगे बैठिए, हम कॉलेज चलते हैं साथ में. ओके. तो एक ऐसा इंसिडेंट था कि कॉलेज में एग्जाम चल रहा था और मैं अपना आईडी कार्ड में स्वामी का फोटो हमेशा रखता था पीछे. तो वहां पे सबका चेकिंग करके वो छोड़ रहे थे ऊपर एग्जाम हॉल में. जो वहां पे एग्जामिनर थे बाहर, मेरा आईडी कार्ड चेक किया, स्वामी का फोटो देखा, फिर चेकिंग नहीं किया, वो छोड़ दिए, क्योंकि उनको उतना विश्वास है कि अगर कोई स्वामी को इतना मानता है तो वो ऐसा काम नहीं करेगा. सो आई टेल यू अबाउट माई जर्नी टू प्रशांति. तो मेरा स्कूलिंग सत्य साई स्कूल से ही है, भुवनेश्वर में जो है. सो आई got opportunity during my when I was in class 5th and 6th, but unfortunately I'll not able to join to the school group to come to Prashanti. But later when I complete my pre-Savadal, then I got fast opportunity to see Swami. So जब हम पहले बार गए थे तो स्वामी आए हमारे पास, और पहला वर्ड था फ्रॉम उड़ीसा. तो दैट वाज लाइक, अभी भी मेरे को वही मतलब गूज़बम्स आ रहे हैं कि स्वामी जब आके हमें पूछे थे कि उड़ीसा से हैं करके. तो फ्रॉम दैट डे ऑनवर्ड्स मैं कभी पीछे देखा नहीं, अभी सोचा नहीं कि प्रशांति जाना है. जितना भी काम रहे, काम बाद में, पहले स्वामी का घर आता है. और सबसे अच्छा जर्नी था, मतलब पति यात्रा हुआ है, लेकिन सेवा हुआ है, लेकिन सबसे अच्छा जर्नी रहता है जब एनएलपी का प्रोग्राम आता है. इट इज नॉट लाइक के हम जा रहे हैं दर्शन करने के लिए. इट्स ये है कि आप साल भर का जितना आप लेक्चर सुन रहे हो, सेशन, व्हाट एवर द थिंग्स यू लर्न थ्रू आउट द ईयर, नाउ दैट इज द प्रैक्टिकल फील्ड फॉर यू. So you have to apply everything, starting from the project management, starting from the arranging the things, and the best thing you will learn from the Gopi Bhaiya over there. Okay, so he will be the ultimate. After Swami, he will be the next person who will see you throughout the session. Like 5 दिन आप रह रहे हैं तो you will be under guidance of Gopi Bhaiya. Maybe आप बोल सकते हैं उनका एक सर्विलेंस कैमरा लगा रहता है वहां पे, कौन क्या कर रहा है वहां पे. सो मैं बोलना चाहता हूँ कि एट द एंड ऑफ द सेशन ऑफ एनएलपी, डेफिनेटली यू लर्न a lot of things which you just heard about from the speakers in the session. Bas. And
I think I'll just go, sir. I want to just mention, I got a cue from Siddharth Bhaiya when he was mentioning his cycle incident. So I was actually sleeping in the Bhakti Niwas 2012. So it was after Mahasamadhi, and I was making my usual weekend yatra to Parthi, and I was sleeping in Bhakti Niwas. No mobiles, no network, no electricity also. So happy. I was again reading a book and I slept. So Swami once came in the dream, and he asked me for 3 rupees. 3 rupees, and in the dream I was actually driving, and my mother was sitting at the back in the car. And Swami came to the window and asked me, I want 3 rupees. I want to buy Mallepul Kaval Naku, the jasmine flowers. He wanted jasmine flowers for 3 rupees. I just do. And later he asked me to go back, and he sat on the front seat of the car and said, I will be the driver of your life. And there the dream ended. And then the fun part was, I went to the trust office and I gave them 3 rupees. I said, Swami asked 3 rupees. They looked at me like this. Oh, he's a mad guy. Okay. Sir, you give me 3 rupees bill first. I will pay bigger amount later. I told them. And then I got a donation receipt for 3 rupees. And then I put it in the, that Samadhi. We had the letters in the envelope, and then, so that was fun instant that I just got reminded from Siddharth Bhaiya's incident also.
Hey, great, Shravan. I heard you said weekend trip to Puttaparthi. Were you traveling every weekend to Puttaparthi?
Almost every weekend, especially after Mahasamadhi, I used to come because there was not heavy rush here, and I used to get lost in the bhajans. And I actually cannot miss Parthi. So I had come last year for June Human Values program, and it has been 2 months, and I was like not able to live properly. So I just ran here so that I can breathe Prashanti air.
Very nice.
That is one connection I can't miss. That is for life.
What a noble thought. See, he wants to breathe the air of Prashanti Nilayam, the divine air. That's right. मैं और एक और छात्र से पूछना चाहता हूँ, ये सुगता जो है रहती है, ये भोपाल की लड़की है, बट मैं जब भी फोन करता हूँ ये प्रशांत निलयम में, मेरे कहते हैं अंकल मैं प्रशांत निलयम में हूँ. अरे प्रशांत निलयम क्यों जाते हैं सुगता? क्या महत्व
अंकल
जिंदगी में?
अंकल प्रशांत निलयम क्यों नहीं जाए? पहली बात, बार बार जाना चाहिए, सबको जाना चाहिए। सेकेंडली, स्वामी ने मुझे बहुत बहुत बड़ा एक मौका दिया था कि मैं प्रशांत निलयम में रह के अपने एग्जाम्स के लिए तैयारी कर रही थी। और जो ये जर्नी है ऑफ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, ये प्रशांत निलयम में रह के मुझे लगता है स्वामी ने मुझे किसी पर्पस से वहां रखा था, एंड दैट पर्पस वाज ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन। बिकॉज आप सबको पता है कि जो एनएलपी का जो काम है, दिस लाइक एवरीबडी हैज बीन टेलिंग यू, इट गोज 24/7, पूरे समय ये चलता रहता है। एंड फॉर एवरी satsang and every little activity that goes around, every little thing that has to happen, there's a truckload of planning that goes in, and sometimes it reaches an extent कि हम सपने में भी वही सोच रहे होते हैं कि इसमें क्या करना है, उसमें क्या बोलना है, इनसे बात करनी है, उनको ये याद दिलाना है, and that process is continuous। and इस process में क्या होता है कि बिना हमारे पता चले, बिना हमको जाने, naturally constantly we are in the company of God, because हम मन, वचन और कर्म से साई राम साई राम साई राम का ही नाम लिए जा रहे हैं, उसी जाप में, उसी ध्यान में है। And what that causes is because we are always aware that we are in the company of God, हमारे हर काम में हम ऐसा एहसास होता है कि स्वामी साथ में खड़े हैं, स्वामी यहीं पे है और स्वामी देख रहे हैं। एंड दैट कॉजेस, मेरे लिए सबसे बड़ा लर्निंग और जो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन जर्नी जो एनएलपी के थ्रू मेरे लिए रहा है, दैट हैज बीन द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ माय पेशेंस। आई यूज्ड टू बी फेयरली पेशेंट, but after coming into this NLP organizing team, nobody pressured me ever. Uncle never told me that Shubhada, be patient. Never, that has never happened. But because we were constantly aware that we're doing Swami's work and Swami's here, Swami's looking at us, and these are all Swami's people that we're dealing with, naturally अंदर से ऐसा भाव आने लगा कि नहीं, बहुत आराम से बात करना है, बहुत पेशेंटली सामने वाले की प्रॉब्लम को समझना है। और जैसा कि सिद्धार्थ भैया ने कहा, थ्रू आउट हम लोग जो भी लेसन सीखते हैं, बी इट एसेंस, द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ एसेंशियल्स ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, क्रिएटिव थिंकिंग, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट मैनेजमेंट, स्ट्रेस मैनेजमेंट, प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग, ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स हमको ऑर्गेनाइजिंग टीम में हमको इसको जीने का अवसर मिलता है। And that has been the greatest lesson for me, that has been the greatest transformation for me, that throughout this process of being a member of the organizing team, मैं इन सारे जो भी lessons हैं, इन जो भी मैंने यहाँ पे सीखा है, उसको आत्मसात करने का एक मौका मिला। और प्रशांत निलयम में होने का सबसे बड़ा फायदा ये भी था कि जो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है, जो लाइक द टाइटल इज ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन कम्स फ्रॉम विद इन, उस चीज को और अच्छे से उसका एहसास करने का मौका मिला। बिकॉज एवरी डे यू गो टू द मंदिर, यू सिट फॉर भजन, एवरी डे यू काम डाउन, and every day you get to a stage where you have this opportunity of introspecting and retrospecting, and the process of transformation just becomes complete when one keeps rushing back to Prashant Nilayam. So I think this one year that I got an opportunity to live at Prashant Nilayam, it just enhanced my journey of transformation, and it has just like there's been a thrust in this journey of transformation, and that is why, uncle, I keep telling you that I am in Prashant Nilayam, and that is how I try to make the best of the time that I've had there.
Nice, very nice. So Subhada, so you are trying to tell me and all the people here that जब भी मौका मिले पुट्टपर्ती जाने के लिए उसे छोड़ना
बिल्कुल नहीं छोड़ना चाहिए.
Never leave an opportunity of traveling or getting an opportunity to go to Puttaparthi. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes, uncle, absolutely. Because it pulls us back to Swami. It's like a it is like a conduit which pushes us back towards Swami. Yes, we are in the world and we can't avoid it. But every time we go to Swami, we get recharged to a great extent, and for a long period of time. Like Shravan brother said, he went there in June, and I'm sure that he was charged enough to sustain till at least the month of, the mid of August. And then he had this urge of going back to Puttaparthi. So it recharges us, and it rekindles the urge to again stay rooted to Swami, and, to cling on to Swami as much as possible.
Great thought. I think, we get the message very clearly. The eternal home where we have to ultimately go is Swami's home. That's where we are. So I want to ask you, Rikshit and Shavni together, this question. You have been with the organizing team for a long time. You've also been a student of the NLP program right from the beginning in the 2020 batch and 2021 batch, if I'm right. So now what is it that, basically the journey, how has the journey been in your life? What are the things that actually, what were you not before and what are you right now? How has this been actually, in terms of a meditative intuition that you have actually developed in your own life, being a part of this team, being a part of this program, being a part of the organization? What do you actually see within your own self?
One, I would like to go first, Uncle. One major thing that I want to share through this, answering this question of yours, Uncle, is we all have been participants of the Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program for Self-Transformation. Like the name suggests, this is not any leadership program that you find online, any of the free courses that you find online these days. It is not similar to any of those. I am sure, being participants, you must have already realized this. The same thing applies to us. We started with a particular mindset, but by the time we completed, we realized the magnitude of this program and the opportunity we had all gotten. One very important thing that I understood from this program, that is a major takeaway as a participant was, and also as an organizing team so far, is that, we develop a sense of comfort zone while we are always working in our nearest Samiti district, because we have been working with them for so many years. The same team members, इतने सालों से एक ही लोग के साथ काम करने में वो automatically एक flow और काम करने का ease आ जाता है, and we kind of develop a comfort zone with them, right? But what I understood from Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership for Self-Transformation is that the importance of always being able to work and accommodate yourself with a new team and a new person. That is one very important thing जो मुझे Sri Sathya Sai National Leadership Program for Self-Transformation के इस मुकाम से मुझे मिला है, क्योंकि सभी के पास वो accommodative attitude spirit नहीं होता है. मेरे पास भी बिल्कुल नहीं था. I was always like a loner guy. And what I have understood from this program is the need, the importance, and the emphasis that Bhagwan had always given on teamwork and working with teams. वो चीज is very very dear to me, जो मैंने सीखा है. And certainly ये टीम में इतने साल रहने के बाद मैंने बहुत सारे चीजें सीखने का, closely, especially हमारे जो seniors है in the team, Gopi uncle, Professor Verma, who have been hand-picked by Swami. Let me tell you, hand-picked by Swami. स्वामी ने उनको एकदम पर्टिकुलरली चूज किया है ये मिशन के लिए. इफ यू मस्ट हैव सीन आज के जो भजन, जो हम लोग ने एक ही भजन आज हमें सुनने का मौका मिला था, उसमें भी वरुण प्लेड दैट भजन ऑन पर्पस, because I'm sure you all must have noticed in the first frame with Swami there was Gopi uncle. शायद आप लोग ने वो मूंछ के वजह से उन्हें रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं किया होगा, but please go through that video again. That was Gopi uncle. वो अपने यंगर डेज, अपने प्राइम टाइम से वो भगवान के साथ एसोसिएटेड रहे हैं, और उन्होंने बहुत सारे चीज क्लोजली, भगवान ने उन्हें हैंड पिक करके सिखाया है, बहुत सारे चीज जो हमें क्लोजली सीखने का अवसर मिला है. एंड आई एम एक्सट्रीमली थैंकफुल टू भगवान, प्राइमरीली गोपी अंकल एंड ऑल माई एस्टीम्ड एल्डर्स ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, कि उन्होंने हमें ये अवसर इस प्रोग्राम के माध्यम से दिया. एंड आई एम श्योर जो हमारे बाकी सारे टीम मेंबर्स भी हैं जो आज इस कॉल में अपना एक्सपीरियंसेस शेयर नहीं कर रहे हैं, वो भी इस चीज के साथ बिल्कुल अग्री करेंगे, और हमें बहुत सारे चीजें सीखने का मौका मिला है. बट देयर इज वन इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग जो मैं यहाँ इस मोमेंट पे स्ट्रेस करना चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि ऑर्गेनाइजिंग टीम मेंबर का बात आया था. वो ये है कि आई डोंट नो इफ एनी वन ऑफ अस, जो हम लोग यहाँ पे उपस्थित है टीम ऑर्गेनाइजिंग टीम मेंबर्स में, हम लोग ने कभी पूछा है या नहीं भगवान से या गोपी अंकल से या प्रोफेसर वर्मा से कि अंकल हमें प्लीज टीम में ले लीजिए. आई डोंट नो इफ यू हैव आस्क्ड फॉर दैट, बट एक चीज मैं अश्योर कर सकता हूं इस प्रोग्राम के बारे में, जो भी आपको ऑर्गेनाइजिंग टीम मेंबर्स इस टीम में दिखेंगे, दे आर वेरीली डिजर्विंग इनफ टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ द टीम, एंड आई एम श्योर दे मस्ट हैव नॉट आस्क्ड फॉर इट. पूछने से नहीं मिलता है ये अपॉर्चुनिटी. So we have to strive to be deserving enough. I don't know if I was deserving enough. I leave that up to Swami to decide if I was or not. But certainly I see that when I look back today, मैं देखता हूं कि ये बहुत एक इम्पोर्टेंट चीज था जो मैंने इस प्रोग्राम के माध्यम से सीखा. साईराम.
वेरी वेल सेड रक्षित. मैं दावे से ये कहता हूं कि यहाँ पे जो छात्र है, बेसिकली द participants also who are here, who are a participant of the NLP program, it is not by chance that you are here. Let me tell you, I've been quite well associated with Bhagwan. I've been, family has been for over 6 decades. I've been with Swami for almost 4.5 decades myself. It is not easy to get into any of these programs without the will and grace of Swami. You have been handpicked. That's a very beautiful thing. Now, coming to Dr. Shravani, I'll tell you, there was last year after we completed a program, there was a great void, and I wanted somebody who is very consistent, who can help me in actually communicating. And Visakha was a little busy with other things, I was looking for somebody. Suddenly, I don't know from where this girl came up. I still don't know, I still don't remember how Shravani came up and how did she become the main communicator for this team. ये कैसा होता है? Without Swami's Leela hota hai kya ye? This girl, an emergency specialist, gives so much of time in order to communicate with youngsters like you. And I've been observing this young doctor, sending notes to me at 2 o'clock in the night, 3 o'clock, midnight में my night duty करते हुए काम करती है. मैं उसको सवेरे उठ के पूछता हूँ, तू क्या काम करती है? तू डॉक्टर है, तो इमरजेंसी स्पेशलिस्ट है, रात में 2 बजे नोट्स भेजती है. मैं भी 2 बजे जब नोट्स भेजते हैं, मैं भी उसको रिप्लाई करता हूँ, बिकॉज मेरा जिम्मेदारी बनती है कि उसको रिप्लाई करें. So I don't know where from, and I just want to hear from you, Shravani, how is it that you actually developed these traits, and what is this transformation journey in you? How is it that you came in, and how did this NLP program help you?
So for this question, I actually don't know how I became the main communicator. It's just happened. That's all I can say about that. But before, I want to narrate a small story which happened before NLP came into my life. So I'm the participant of 2020 batch. So this announcement of application to fill into NLP, it came in like a call from Swami. It's like since my childhood, I've been associated with Balavikas. Later until my inter by PC group, I was associated with Balavikas doing various programs, mandir activities, everything. Suddenly, there was a stop after me getting into an MSET seat of getting into an MBBS college. So there was a void. I was thinking, okay, I'm into professional courses. So now I'm going to get a very little time. I don't know what is going to happen in my life without Swami. So me and my mother, that was the first journey without any gents' help. Like in our family, usually we go along with the gents. Without them, we not step outside. It's like that tradition. So that was the first time me and my mother, both of them went telling to my father that we want to go to Prashantanidam. We cannot take this tension. We want to ask Swami that I want to be with Swami all the time. So select that college and send me there. This was the thought in our minds, and we went to Parthi with that thought. So that was at the time of Mahasamadhi opening. That was Guru Purnima day. First Mahasamadhi opening day, we went there. We went and have the divine darshan of Mahasamadhi there. Then we were returning from the train, from the back train. We met one uncle by name Srinivas Rao. So he is one of the devotee of Swami. His children, who both are studying some 2nd class and 3rd class, were studying in Swami's university schools there. So he met us. At that time, there were, I don't know, n number of talks regarding Swami. That phase of many are speaking, what is this gold? Many are speaking, what is this happening in Puttaparthi? Many are speaking, nothing goes back it will all change. It will be become something. Even I cannot remember what they have spoken. But suddenly this uncle came from nowhere, calling, like engaging with us. What is you? What are you doing? Everything he's asking. He gave us the rose petals, which are kept on Mahasamadhi as a prasadam for us. We took that. We missed it actually. We didn't get, but through him we got it. So he took my number that, okay, you're going to be next doctor. I might have your need in future. So I'll take your number. Okay, I gladly give. So finally, when we are leaving, he told, okay, I'll give you one girl's number whom I knew from a long time, who is a student of Swami from an MVP Bhajan Mandiri, Sri Sathya Sai Vidya Vihar schools. So she studied there and she got a MBBS seat in Srikakulam Government College. So he said, I'll be giving you her number. For any guidance, please seek to her. But I have a strong belief that you will get seat in Srikakulam government seat. Till then, I don't know that there is a college in Srikakulam, that too a government college, because we were known of some few colleges of government which are good for MBBS. So he said that, and okay, that was just a statement. We went back. The counseling part came. So during the counseling, me and my father went inside for opt of the colleges. So we sat.
Hear from you about the leadership program. I
Yes.
want to come directly to leadership program. What
Yes.
happened in the leadership program?
So that's yeah. I want to tell this because even in the MBBS days, he caught hold of me. He selected the same very college which that uncle told and put me in that college, because right beside the college there is a mandir where I can go directly every day. That's his plan. Similarly, when I felt my life is dissociated with Swami, or there is a gap in between, at that time, at that particular moment, NLP came into my life again, which associated me so closely that, as uncle told, from nowhere this girl came to do the communication. It is going on like that only. From nowhere time is coming, from like nothing else is there in the world except NLP. It's going on like that.
Swami comes from everywhere. He's always there, all pervading. So right, that's great. Now I think थोड़ा बहुत serious मामला हो गया, थोड़ा हट के चलते हैं. I want to start with Sai Hriday now. Sai Hriday has been also a part of this team. Let me tell you, Sai Hriday has never been into NLP program. He has not done the NLP program at all. Neither has he been through the course work or the sessions work. But I don't know how he got into this team. Maybe with his video capability, we must have pulled him into this team, and that's how he's got into this team. But he dominates a lot of people here, I know that. So that's one part. Now, Sai Hriday, you have been a part of this team, but not a member of the or a participant of the organizing team. ये जो बंदे जो है ना यहाँ पे सुबदा, ये श्रवण, what do you think of these guys? Are they acting, or these people are goodies as they look like? And I also am throwing this open to the entire panel now. I want to hear some stories of how this organizing team actually works in Prashant Nilayam. What is the fun what kind of fun they have? What happens there? Is it all mundane, boring stuff, or is it kuch hangama hota hai kya? Sai Hriday.
Yes, I have not done the NLP course because I can never have good attendance. So I've never come into the NLP course. But how did I come into this organizing team? Yeah, I was called the video boy for a lot of COVID time because I used to handle YouTube channel our own and the Sathya Sai organizations India as well. So I was called this video boy in the organization. And then that's how I just randomly got an opportunity to come in because 2020 ka jo we had the what I don't know, those convocation ceremony, is that what it is called? Yeah, it was online, and then we did a lot of effort to live stream it to a lot of people around the world. So that is how I came into the organizing team. So, but coming to this organizing team here now, you see everybody here with a very bright smile, putting vibhuti and stuff. Brothers and sisters, there's one more face behind that. let's say my health is spoiled, one reason why my health is spoiled is because of Team Sattvam. I've not had good sleep over a lot of time because रात के they just call say that okay एक video चाहिए and by tomorrow morning we have to release this teaser and I want it by tonight. I know a lot of people, brothers and sisters over here would have had plans today on Sunday, but you got to know about Satsang session like 3 days ago, right? And I got to know about this Satsang session that I have to do a video 3 days ago. And then I did the video last night. And I gave them the video. Now it's like 8 o'clock for you guys. I gave them the video at 5 o'clock. So organizing team punctual to nahi hai. They're not at all punctual. Coming to the Sattvam team, I've had the best of my days with the Sattvam team, the kind of bonding that we share. Sorry, that was the British announcement. So yeah, I've had the best of my days with Sattvam team. They've gotten me very close to Swami. Like I was talking to one of the sisters, Sister Shivani, and if you see the video today, in the second line where it says Mangala Pavana Nirmala Sundara Ki Satya Sai Jhana. So they're talking about contemplation of our Lord. And if you see, I gave a subtle moment of, a slight zoom into Swami's face there, from a video perspective. So I was able to connect to that. How did she get connected to it? Did any of you get connected to it? How are you getting connected to it? So the first transformation that I got from Sattvam team was on an individual level, I started to connect. I started to, see things at a different perspective. And then I wanted you guys to see it. Somehow nobody ever saw it. So that's my bad video editing skills. But yeah, that's my story. I know Shravan Bhaiya, Rikshit Bhaiya will have a lot of fun stories, so I'm throwing it open to them.
Yeah, before that, I think we should also address the allegation that Sairide made that Sattvam team is not punctual. Let me also tell you all that we have a huge time difference which we have to cope up with. Some guy is sitting in London and he is dictating us that this is not right, this is right, this is how you have to do it. No, this is not up to the standard. And then we have to change the entire script. So the blame for not being punctual has to be shared by this little Brit here. And yeah, and now that I've spoken about Sairide, I'd also like to tell you all that a few moments back, Brother Rikshit was telling us that we take a lot of inspiration and encouragement from our elders here. But I think one thing that he forgot to tell us that the organizing team itself keeps encouraging and inspiring one another. And why I'm mentioning Rikshit's name here is because you give him a call and he's like, Sairam, sister. And you might be caught up in a lot of work and immediately, it will brighten you up and you'll be like, yes, Sairam, Swami is there. So I think I need to give credit to Brother Rikshit and all the organizing team members here that, yes, we keep inspiring each other. And that also keeps us pushing, to deliver Swami's work. But this punctuality comment, we'll get back to that, bro.
Yeah, just to add to Shubhada sister's point here, sorry, Sister Shavani, just to add to that point, what happened today, I'll just narrate an incident that recently happened in the Sattvam group, right? This is a top secret, yet here I am revealing all the secrets in front of you. See, we are always in the constant process of learning from each other. That is the point that I would like to stress on. How? Let me just give you, share that situation that happened. What happened was, the video was finalized in the morning. Sai Hriday, he wasn't asleep and he was working the entire night tirelessly for the video. I take responsibility, Sai Hriday. At least I was not able to upload the video on time. I could not stick and adhere to the deadline that I had promised. But yes, I'll certainly do that in the days to come. But yeah, continuing the story, what happened was, Sai Hriday had finalized all the video and he had shared it to the concerned team who was supposed to share it today in this call. What happened was, few of our teammates, they went through the video and they suggested a few changes in the video. How I took that particular situation was, we are talking about self-transformation here, but what I assessed from that situation was, brothers and sisters, if I was in Sai Hriday's position, I wouldn't have redone the video. let me tell you, I'll be very honest with you here. अगर मैं साई हृदय का जगह में होता, मैं एक बार वीडियो बना दिया, मैं फिर से बनाता ही नहीं, मैं पीछे मुड़ के देखता ही नहीं, चाहे वो गलत ही वीडियो प्ले हो जाता. I would not have mind. But साई हृदय नॉट जस्ट डिड इट वंस, उसने 2-3 बार बैठ के वीडियो चेंज कर रहा है कि अभी 5 बजे तक वो वीडियो ही बना रहा था. सो दैट इज समथिंग दैट मोटिवेट्स अस, दैट शुभेदा सिस्टर वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट. हम एक दूसरे को टाइम एंड अगेन मोटिवेट कर देते हैं, एंड दैट इज हाउ स्वामी मेक्स ईच एंड एवरीवन इंस्ट्रूमेंटल, और एक मोहरा के रूप में हमेशा एक दूसरे के लाइफ में एंगेज्ड, एक्टिव, और ये याद दिलाते हैं कि बंगारू मैं हमेशा तुम्हारे साथ हूँ. सो दैट्स इट. साईराम.
Sairam, Sairam, everyone. So to add what Rikshit and Subhadra said, actually uncle told me that okay, suddenly a communication girl came, but I strongly say that I'm very bad at English and very bad at preparing some sentences, but all these messages go. So what happens when I post a message, any mistakes are there, suddenly in our org group there pom 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 everything comes, and from uncle some messages come. So they all do, sister, this is here. The very subtle, very slowly, and very not hurting myself or not hurting me. Shravan brother would come back and tell me, we can change the verbs here, we can change the names here, and some dates change. So whatever mistakes I'm committing, I'm learning from the same group. I'm learning from all my brothers and sisters. That is what I'm learning being in the communications group.
क्या बात है?
We have been speaking about sleepless nights. Firstly, I take back the punctuality statement because I'm scared now everybody will start scolding me in WhatsApp group. So sorry about that, guys. But anyway, since we're talking about the sleepless nights, I remember Shravan Bhaiya and Rishit and also few of our brothers like Chinmay Bhaiya and then Varun Bhaiya sitting late in the night in N4 in the downmost room, and then we were editing the Sai prayer in a book. Can you guys just talk about how much fun, how much sleeplessness we had, and the experiences from those days?
Siddharth, you should talk about it, Siddharth. You are the guy to lead it.
Okay. So like जब हमारा सेशन चलता है, okay, so we always think like the session ends with the Swami's Aarti. Okay, the org team का session start होता है after Aarti. So after most of the organizing team, they never had dinner. Okay, so at the night we will have a langar. So maybe we have some few pictures, maybe we'll share later, okay, in this meeting. So मीटिंग चलता है रात 9 बजे तक, रात 10 बजे तक, कल किसको क्या करना है, like the responsibility we have to distribute ourselves because there are lots of things to do and the number of people are very less. Okay, so the thing is like we have to communicate with each other, we have to learn from each other, we have to help each other to get it successful. So ये सब रहता है, और ऐसा रहता है कि रात में मीटिंग चलता है, कोई कोई सो जाता है वहां पे चेयर में. फोटोज है, अभी आने वाला है, आई विल नॉट मतलब डिस्क्लोज नहीं करूंगा. दैट विल बी अ फन पार्ट ऑफ दिस टुडे सत्संग.
It's just not that we don't sleep, we also don't let Parthi sleep. I still remember I was in touch with the printer guy at 3 a.m. The local Parthi guy. We woke him up at 3 a.m. At 7 a.m. we had to
फिर प्रिंट करके लेके आना था.
Yeah, at 7 a.m. we had to put it, offer it to Swami at the Sannidhi. So it's like crazy, guys. I think you all have to work with the accommodation also. You will get to know a lot of stories. Like one guy comes and tells you he wants an east-facing room. Last year, भाई dormitory दिए थे हम लोग. अभी you need a east-facing room. वास्तु भी चाहिए उसमें. And one guy comes, this roommate is actually snoring. I can't sleep. Can you please help me with another room? बहुत सारे कहानी है, and it's fun actually when you, even if you get 1 hour or 2 hours sleep, it is like satisfied sleep. Something like, okay, when you think Swami, if he thinks, okay, did Shravan did a good job today? Yeah, I think he did a good job. And one more thing is, you just can't refuse anything to anyone because all of them have come to Swami's home. It's their home. and we are Swami's representatives, and it's really fun actually, and I'm just looking forward for 26th January now.
And just to add to what Shravananna said, and like Hriday had pointed out and given us a cue, right, to talk about the Sai Prerna book. So let me just, in a very brief manner, share that experience with you. Since you all have received the message, आप सभी को ये message मिला कि आपको अपना जो भी transformation का experiences अब तक हुआ है वो आपको share करना है. I'm sure वो message आपको already float हो चुका है अपने concerned groups में. उसी संदर्भ में एक छोटा सा जो हम लोग ने फेस किया था सिचुएशन, वो हम आपके समक्ष शेयर करना चाहेंगे. उसमें हम लोग ने बोला था एक सर्टेन वर्ड लिमिट रखा था कि इतने वर्ड्स के अंदर आप प्लीज अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर कीजिएगा. हमें कुछ पार्टिसिपेंट्स के ऐसे भी एक्सपीरियंसेस मिले हैं जिसमें सिर्फ लिखा था सेल्फ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन. इट वॉज अ सेल्फ डिकोडिंग या सेल्फ डेसिफरिंग मैसेज. हम अब तक उसको डिकोड नहीं कर पाए हैं मेरे प्रिय भाइयों और बहनों. दैट इज द बिटर ट्रूथ. क्या डिकोड करे उसमें? सेल्फ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन बस उसका लिखा है उन्होंने अपने एक्सपीरियंस.
If you remember, can you share few of the lines?
I cannot memorize it right now, Siddharth. That's the problem.
I'll share the longest line. I'll share the longest line that was written. It was good. Yeah, that is the one word wala sentence. It said, how was your experience? Good. That's it. Good and full stop. That is the longest we had received.
I too remember the same. I was about to tell that was the longest. Seriously.
I am self-transformed now. He made a statement.
Right. Yeah, this was also there, uncle.
I am self-transformed now. मैं सोच रहा था कि उसको भारत रत्न अवार्ड देना चाहिए. So ऐसा होता है कभी-कभी. This is all fun part of it. But I want to talk about one important thing. I think Shravan and Rishad, एक बंदा आके वेंकटेश पाटिल से कहा कि यार खाना बदलो आप. खाने के बाद में वो कहता है ये आप जो खाना खिला रहे हो वो पूरा साउथ इंडियन दे रहे हो, नॉर्थ इंडियन खाना खिला दीजिए. Shravan, I think you should have some good stories about food, arrangements and how we face some brickbats from students.
Yeah, so I think Varun from the organizing team himself had one story. He wanted to have 2 paneers, and he was like, "Okay, I am a Punjabi. I need 2 paneer. Like, only 1 paneer." Subbarao sir, very strict, and especially people from Andhra and South Andhra Telangana, they were like, on that day when we were announcing that it's a special lunch, they were not happy yet. We thought it is pulihora and some tamarind rice or something like that, but they were not happy. But all the other days, North Indian brothers and sisters were not happy, and it was like I remember last year, I guess it was in May. We had actually given some lemon juice also, but they were asking for it's a mango season, we need mango milkshake. Why are you giving us lemon juice? And buttermilk was also served. They were not happy with 1 glass, and it was also understandable that it was like scorching hot. It was crazy Parthi that time.
The message that we all also learned that day was to understand the fact that jaisa des vaisa bhes. It's very important to accommodate as and when, and that is a very important attribute of a leader. That was, we as organizing team also learned a very important lesson that day. Sairam.
And in fact, sorry, uncle.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying, in fact, it is because of these participants that we come to know about so many nuances of all the jobs that we do. Be it about telling about the dress details. We might think that we have done a good job, but the participants, they want us to explain it in a different way. And similarly for food and accommodation and all of these things, language now, this year it has been language also. And also the participants have helped us improve so much, and in the process imparted so many lessons that we have to constantly keep evolving, and while being aware of whatever is happening around us, and all the needs have to be met, and a leader cannot say no. That's one lesson. And like Shravan brother said, there is no way of saying no, this is not possible, because everybody is coming to Swami's home. So we have to find our way around the problem, no matter what. I think that also has been one of the great learnings and transformation journeys so far.
Sairam, Didi Sairam, now that you said that, okay, a leader has to say no at certain times, I'm pretty sure a lot of brothers and sisters in this call today cannot say no. I am a classic example as well. When I was associated with the music team of SSSNLP, and then I got some certain directions from guys above me in media center saying that okay, certain things shouldn't happen. I couldn't say no. How do you say no as a leader? This is open to the whole panel. How do you say no as a leader?
I think what Swami has told us that we, as a leader, this is the cost that one has to pay, and we can't always speak obligingly, but we can't always oblige people, but we can speak obligingly. So yes, we have to say no, but the way we say no has to be in a way that we express our intent. We tell them that the idea is truly to only please and offer everything to Swami. And in the process, we can join them in making this offering a better one. And that is, I think, the intent has to be expressed properly, is what I believe. I think other panelists can also help us with this.
अरे नो नो बोलना मेरे से सीखो. मैं नो बोलता हूं. मैं नहीं होता तो नहीं होता है. सीखो, भगवान से सीखो ये.
So Bhaiya, I just want to add one thing here. So whenever we'll say something no to a participant, so before that you should be an example for them. Like someone from North India, okay, they will come for the NLP program. Like suppose like Varun, okay, he asked for 2 paneer, but he satisfied with only 1 paneer, because that is the condition or rule there. Like 1 paneer for each person. So now he become the like example for the other people. Like other North Indian people say that okay, we can't have sambar, we can't have rasam with roti or chapati. So you have to manage with the 1 paneer. So in that moment you can say no, because this is the rule, this is the discipline. So since we are following, everyone is following, this is Swami's guideline, so we have to follow.
So Varun, the message is very loud and clear to you also, that you will not be receiving an extra slice of paneer this time also. If you want that, please contact Mr. Venkatesh Patil.
Please get 1 slice of paneer from your home also.
Yeah, but it's also so difficult. You should also tell them that how difficult it is to Venkatesh Patil and Varun there when paneer was denied politely. That is all. So it is so difficult to arrange food also in Prashant Nilayam. There's so many rules and regulations. And I just want to share one incident that happened. I was so tensed up during that program. I was getting a lot of instructions from All India President, from the Managing Trustee. And one young gentleman comes and tells me, Uncle, I have a problem. मेरे को second floor में room दिए, आप मेरे को ground floor में room बदल दीजिए. And I didn't know what to do at that point of time. There was so much of hunger. And I told Shravan, देख if it is possible to change his room here. Shravan ऐसा करके ऐसा मुंडी हिला देके चल गया. मैं क्या करता हूँ उस समय पे? Then I was actually in the ground floor room. I said, why don't you come and stay with me? See, we have to, somewhere when we have to accommodate, we'll have to accommodate. But where we are not able to accommodate, we can't. But okay, coming back to the entire thing, I think we are just digressing. Do you want to talk about some of those organizing team members who are very mischievous and who are actually, let them know their mitras, What do you think about Kush Bharadwaj in this entire organizing team? What is your take on Kush Bharadwaj?
He's the one who can do everything, Bhaiya.
Oh, this is the midnight 2 a.m. meal. That's Kush Bharadwaj. If you look at him.
Yeah, this is the longer time photo actually.
Yeah, this was actually taken at probably 10:30 p.m. or.
Yes, more than that, I guess.
Yeah. When we were emptying the Satsang hall also, I guess.
Okay, great. Any more?
So, sir, I would like to just weigh in here. about Kush Bhaiya, certainly he is a national figure. Like I was talking to him today in the morning, he is a national figure. Most of the people in Prashanti Nilayam know him. That is why he is often allotted with a lot of responsibilities. He's accountable for a lot of things in the team also, but certainly a very fun guy. And I'm certain next time you meet him and you talk to him, he will have something funny to tell you and he will certainly make you laugh. And talking about mischievous, my goodness, let's not get started in those lines, uncle. That is the only thing I can say.
Venkatesh Padel, what do you have to think about Venkatesh? I'm just trying to bring out Mitra members. I want a quick one word answers. They're mentors actually. Venkatesh Padel.
Chupa Rustam.
Annadata.
Rikshit Pradhan.
Sairam, brothers and sisters.
Okay. What about
most energetic guy, Rikshit, actually.
Sorry?
Most energetic guy.
All right. Shravan.
Silent devotee or
extremely funny.
He'll not look though. He'll not look though.
Sorry?
He'll not look funny, but he is very funny.
Yeah. Okay, right.
Actually,
Yeah, he's a silent bomb.
He's the silent sadhak actually. He never expressed, but he is completely involved in the environment actually.
Swati Vasudevan.
Teacher for me.
Perfectionist.
Genius.
Subhada.
Highly active.
Is it? Okay. Visala Shimpati.
Principal.
Invigilator.
Invigilator. Any other word?
One of my gurus.
Another perfectionist actually.
Okay, guys. So now let's come back to this. We've had some good fun now. Now, after your, journey of NLP and you've had you adore the name of Swami and you've had a beautiful visit to Prashanti Nilayam to kickstart your program. Now, let's come back. Ultimately, all of us in this journey have to come back to the Lord himself, the name of Satsang. So, I just want to conclude this with some questions to you. How did Swami, by himself, influence you in your own life and your family? Shravan?
It has been very simple, sir. Like everything, if you do as Swami's work, I think you will excel. So that is one mantra that I've been trying to follow. Whether it is NLP, whether it is state organization, whether it is any other. Like I was doing some support for the trust here. So anything, if you work as Swami's work, and three things that I always tell myself is Daiva Priti, Papa Bhiti, Sanganiti. If we follow these three, that's perfectly fine. And those three are the mantra for life.
Siddharth, go ahead. One after another.
Okay. So to tell about what is the importance of Swami to me or my family, I just want to tell one small story. So for me, it is like God's grace is just like the insurance. Okay, whenever you require, it will comes to you. So I'll tell one story. So when I was in Bangalore, as the part of the Vrindavan archive team, so it was like Golden Jubilee for the Vrindavan Bhajan team. So we are completely like arranging from the last 2 to 3 weeks. So in between, whatever the assignment I got for the photography, I missed everything. I told, okay, Swami, I'm doing your things and you will take care of everything. So in the meantime, there is some requirement of money. Okay. So I was thinking, so I was in dilemma, like I should go for the assignment or I'll do this program. Then thought, okay, Swami will take care of everything. Then what happened? The program over, everything is done perfectly. So the night I slept, before that I prayed to Swami. Since Swami, I have done my job. Okay. Now it is your turn. Okay. You do some miracle or something. I have some problem, financial problem. You just take care of it. And in the morning, early morning, 5 o'clock, I woke up. I got a message like some bulk amount is credited to my account. So I was surprised, like from where I got all these things. So immediately after that, I get ready. Then I check my account details. Then I saw that my father created one LIC account for me. So like every 5 years, some huge amount will credited to your account. So that was the when the annual the function over, same day it was over, 5 years was over. So immediately next day morning the amount credited. So so it is like that. So you never think like, okay, I'm doing Swami's work, okay, so in return I'll get something. Never expect anything. So everything will be miracle. Okay. So if you'll have some expectation, you'll never get anything. So have faith in Swami, trust him, trust his work, okay, and do your seva. That's all from my side. Sairam.
Just to reinforce whatever the previous speakers have spoken, I just have something to show to you which is very, very dear to me, and I have a canvas board of it printed in my room. I would like to share it with all of you. This is something very close to my heart, and what I strongly believe is the message of Swami in my life. Very, very strongly, I always feel Swami's strong presence, and this is something which is very close to my heart, and I would like to share to you. If you can see it, I don't know if you are able to read it. Yeah, now I think. Can you see it now? Without him, we cannot succeed. With him, we cannot fail. उनके बिना हम सफल नहीं हो सकते और उनके साथ हम असफल नहीं हो सकते. This is one thought that is extremely close to me and has always been and will always be until my deathbed. He is the ultimate power in the universe. He is the maxim, and there is nothing that he cannot do. It will just take him one thought, one wish, one click, just like Thanos, to get things done. That is the power of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. And if I have him by my side, nothing is unachievable. So that is one thought that is very close to me. Sairam.
When you asked about family, uncle, I was thinking about my better half. Even multiple times he used to ask, what is he doing? How is he? So as being a non-devotee by himself, when I wanted, it was my wish that Swami, please take him into your fold. Only that was the only prayer which I, after marriage, which I did. In earlier days, it was slow, but seeing the unfolding, how he unfolded him into his fold is really a biggest thing that happened. So that was the family thing which you asked me.
Right. For those of you who are listening to Shravani, I should mention, she's got very emotional and just shut off the camera also. I know that girl very well. Her husband is a pediatric cardiologist who has not been in Sai's family, but let me tell you, he was a rock star in Ladakh trip recently. Rock star. The way he handled patients, the way he took care of people there. I'm telling you, perhaps he's much better a devotee than Shravani. Inwardly, he might not have been showing to Shravani what kind of devotion he has to Swami, but it was phenomenal. Thanks to Pawan, Dr. Pawan. No? That's how it is. I think he's also there in this call right now. I think he's one of the participants this year. Right. Shobana, we'll end with you now.
Yes, uncle, thank you. So, uncle, the only word that I have for Swami is Swami. There is no word that would describe Swami perfectly, and there is no other emotion like Swami for me. So I feel his constant presence around me, and what I'm more thankful for is that I'm aware that he's around me, and I keep communicating with him. I keep chatting with him. When I'm sitting in an airplane, I'm like, Swami, please, baaju wale seat mein aap hi aake baithiye. And every time that I say this, the next seat is always empty, and I'm very sure that Swami is there with me and he travels with me. And that is the kind of thing that I do. I offer everything to him. When I eat, I offer whatever I like. I'm like, Swami, ye acha hai, ye nahi acha hai. I try communicating with Swami constantly and create this awareness that Swami is always around me. So yes, Sathya was talking about air and atmosphere and breathing. I think Swami is in me, around me, everywhere around me. I'm just constituted by Swami. That's what Swami is for me.
Subhada, now we will get to some rapid fire questions before we go to a quick Q&A. I have some questions, the entire team can answer, The fastest finger will go. One word that describes the entire NLP organizing team.
Family.
Family.
Family? I thought I would hear the word crazy. Okay, no problems. Okay, next question. Name one person in that organizing team of yours. Please help me out of that organizing team. I'm not a part of this. Who actually has inspired you the most?
Saturday.
Visakha.
Okay, Visalakshi. So, who do not know Visalakshi, I think, this year is a little behind the screen, but Visalakshi is the power horse of NLP team. Right. Now, the next question. I want to ask you this question. Do you lead a lavish lifestyle or a simple lifestyle and a simple living?
Simple living, high thinking.
Simple lifestyle with strong.
Simple lifestyle. What is important to you, parents or your career?
Parents.
Yes.
Very nice. Okay, what is important to you, money or happiness?
Happiness.
Both.
Who said?
For me, happiness.
Okay, right. What is important in life? Is it talking?
Contentment.
Or listening? What is important in life? Talking or listening? Listening. Okay. Then one important thing. Is it important to be service oriented or spiritual oriented?
Service oriented.
Spiritual
service.
That will lead you to service. Spirituality would lead you.
Okay, now last question that I want to ask you is, what kind of bhajans do you love? Is it a slow bhajan or a bang boom bha?
Fast and powerful.
Slow bhajan.
As our
emotional bhajan.
It depends upon the mood.
When we want to hear slow, we will hear slow. When we want to rock on, we'll hear on rock on. And
Okay.
every mood has its own thing.
Every mood has its own. Very nice. Thank you guys for this wonderful sharing of thoughts. I now open up the Pandora's box. We will have another 10-15 minutes to go before actually we close. I would be asking a few questions, or I'm sorry, I'm not going to ask you questions. The NLP participants will ask questions. But before I go, I want to ask Sai Hriday, what has been the most inspiring moment of your life?
4th June 2000, I came onto this earth. That was the first inspiring moment. I think I'm not quite sure, but 3 months into me borning, I was blessed by Swami, by him naming me Sai Hriday. So that is the most inspiring moment of my life. He gave me a message in Telugu. He told me that Andari Hridayalalo Nenuntanu, ee Sai untadu, anduke itani peru Sai Hriday అని పడ్డాను. He said Sai resides in each and every heart of each and every living being in the world. So let's call this guy Sai Hriday. So he gave me a message saying that wherever you go in your life, wherever you go, whichever person you meet, whichever living being you meet, there's Sai in there, so respect them properly. So that's the most inspirational story I got, inspirational lesson I got in my life till now.
Great, Sai Hriday. So now I want to end this with one thought for all of us. Food for thought is what I would say. Having taken the cue from what Sai Hriday has said, see, all of us have this thought that we want to make Swami a part of our life. I am sure that most of us in this group, 368, 3 people have already dropped. I think they're getting hungry, so they must have left. That's a different story. All of us want Swami to be a part of our life. Agreed? Yes? But I have a thought here that I want to share with you. Don't make Swami a part of your life. If you make Swami a part of your life, he will only act as a part-time Sai. I am repeating my thought once again. If you make Swami a part of your life, he will only be part-time with you. Make Swami your life and he's going to be full-time with you because he's not a part of you, he's your life. This is the thought that we would like each one of you to take it forward. When Swami becomes your life, there is nothing that you need to do because everything is taken care by him because he drives you. He drives you in, out. That is what, when Sai Hriday was named, Swami said, అందరి హృదయాలలో నివసించేవాడిని నేను, అందుకే వీడిని సాయి హృదయ్. He said that in Cyclone Hall loudly in front of thousands of people. So when Swami says, I am the resident of your heart, what more do we want? I take over everything. So don't make Swami a part-time guy. Swami is full-time with us and he has to do full-time work with all of us, right? Now, I would want Varun to open it up. Those of you who have questions can shoot. I think I have another 10 minutes before we take some questions. I have 12 minutes before we end at 9 o'clock. Any questions that you want to ask the organizing team, please shoot. Anything you want to ask, anything about, the program, what is going to happen, this organizing team have to answer that. Questions are open, please. Yeah, Pavan, Dr. Pavan has got a question. And this question is going to be answered only by Dr. Shravani.
Sairam, all panelists and Gopi sir. My question is actually in terms of transformation after joining NLP, I find my mind very peaceful. For me, transformation I see as peaceful. But I also see where the peace gets disturbed. The most common time where the peace gets disturbed is when there are 2 to 3 tasks I have to do at the same time, because maybe due to the different commitments. As organizing team members, I am very sure you gave time to organizing the NLP from your professional and personal lives. I am sure you will also be facing that, and I want to know how you are coping doing the multiple tasks without losing the peace of mind.
Okay, right. The perfect person who can answer this is Shravani. I think your wife is a perfect lady who should answer this. Go ahead, Shravani, you answer this question now.
Uncle, actually, it's true that even we as an organizing team face multiple tasks at the same time, and we do need to do some time management. But at the end, I feel that when we categorize or when we prioritize some tasks, we do with our consciousness and we do categorize and prioritize. And because of that, something if as an example of myself, if there is an NLP work and there is my duty and there is my daughter, and at the same time there is one more part where I have to study. When I categorize this and when I do per the situation in the time, so which takes the most priority or which takes the most need of that hour, we do that. So that is the way where we don't lose our peace, where we don't regret what we are doing at that time, and at the same we do what is needed at that hour. That's what where I follow the things and which I've been doing the same.
Okay, right. Let me answer this question to Dr. Pavan also, because I have a direction. I've had a direction from Swami on this topic actually, basically. I want to share it with you. Swami always talks about Vritti Dharmam. What is your dharma, basically? When you are an individual, let's say Dr. Pavan is a cardiologist. What is your dharma? Your dharma, your Swami has made you a cardiologist, basically to save lives of young children. If you are a pediatric cardiologist, your dharma is to save lives. So if you are actually in your prioritizing work, if you're actually positioning your work into segment 2 or segment 3, that means you are not doing your Vritti Dharmam. Dharmam is very important. So, as an individual, depending on whatever profession that you are actually involved in, let's say I'm a CEO of a company and I have my own work-life balance, and I have on top of work life, and I also have Sathya Sai. I do a lot of things at the national level, state level, Samiti level, Gully level. I do a lot of activities outside. So when I'm doing all these things and I get an opportunity, something very serious is to be happening, and suddenly Swami comes in. For me, what happens is that as a chief executive, I have at least about 50 people down the line, who can I can actually tell them or maybe decentralize my work and ask directly to do it. So what I can do is, I can tell my senior general manager or vice president, you take care of this and get this done. This is how it should be done. And I get on top of the Sai work. So for us, for people like us, Sai comes sometimes on the top. And for people like Pavan, his profession comes on the top. So you have to look at that particular position and analyze yourself and see what is the most important that you need to do. When you are actually taking that kind of a decision, Dr. Pawan, peace is always there with you. You are not disturbed. You don't get disturbed because you know what is important at that point of time. I hope I've answered your question. Yeah, next question, please. Aparna?
Sairam, uncle. Actually, this is brother raised the topic which I am also facing. Currently, I'm working in a private veterinary hospital and every responsibility is on my head. So it's getting really difficult for me to, before I used to, no, before I had a lot of time while I was studying at home. So all the time I spent in Mandir only or in Bhajan Mandali or in Samiti. But nowadays it's happening ki I don't get time. If I ask to go to Mandir, then my boss will just scold me and say ki this life saving work is more important than your baba, then what baba has taught you ye wo. So what do I do there? And yesterday also when I was the classes were going on, I was still in the OT and I was wearing just a headset. I was listening, not mindfully though, but I was listening to that. So how do I deal with this?
Okay, same answer, Aparna. Same answer. I'm sure that this is what the answer is going to be. Because, you know, on behalf of that 5 members team, I'm telling you, if you are there as a doctor, as a veterinary doctor, it's more important than a human. Animals are very important, very close to Bhagwan's heart. So your job is to save lives. Vritti dharmam. Your dharmam is to take care of your work in that particular sphere of life. Everything comes secondary. Maybe you should call your mentor and tell your mentor, or call Subhada or one of the Satsang being, or talk to Shravan directly and tell Anna, I am stuck. I am operating on a dog right now. Please save my life so that I can save the dog's life.
Thank you, uncle.
To the same sister Aparna, like I hear Rishi brother would tell or Sean brother would tell, sometimes when I'm myself in OT, I would just message that I'm going into the OT. I'll be coming after this time. I'll answer your questions. That should be your priority or at that time, and you can go ahead. Only thing is the communication should not be missing. You should be able to communicate with your mitra whatever is going to happen, and you should bring back the same communication to yourself.
Yes, sister, I'll definitely do that. I had a communication gap, I know, but I'll do that from now on.
Yeah, Maharana Babani, go ahead.
Sairam.
Sir, sir, my question is that Swami gives a hint or any message to you or any person, but you are unable to understand that message. Then at that time, what should we do?
Panelists, go ahead.
I'll go with this, sir. So usually, sister, what happens is if Swami is giving something, some message or something as a direction to you, it just hits your heart. It is very vivid, it is very clear, and you will not have a doubt. So if you go with that kind of this thing, I think it is directly coming from Swami. That is your conscience. And sometimes what you have to do is, as so in one of the summer courses, Swami said in 1990, Swami says 90% of the divine energy is given to Buddhi. Okay, so Atma, then Buddhi comes. Buddhi is the intellect. So once you see whether I am going in the right direction or not, yes or no, that is directly coming from Swami, as he is the conscience for all of us. So if it is clear, if it is vivid, then you have to go with it. That is directly coming from Swami. I have experienced this many a time, and it really worked for me. So that, and other people, if you have anything to share, you can also share.
Just to add to this, the voice of God can be heard in depths of silence. We all are aware of this, right? So the voice of God, or Swami's voice, will be clearer and clearer and clearer as we declutter our minds. So please try to declutter your mind. If you have something in your mind, try to declutter it, and I'm sure the voice of God will be more vivid, more clear, and it will hit your heart like Shravanana said.
Madam, any other questions?
Most important is don't give, sir, one last line. Most important thing is don't give energy to your mind because it is a monkey mind. If you want to give energy, you give it to the buddhi or intellect.
Also, you give the responsibility of whatever message is coming to you to Swami. Put it on him that you are giving me this message. Now, whatever I follow, it is your responsibility, and Swami will see you through. Is what I feel.
Yeah, Saurabh, go ahead.
Sairam, am I audible?
Absolutely.
So my question is, how can one be a part of the organizing team?
That's a beautiful question that you asked. Pray to Swami here.
I would just like to weigh in here.
Okay.
Saurav, we already said it out loud a while ago during the session also, and I would like to reiterate to each and every one of you all over again. It is, I don't know if any one of us in the organizing team right now have asked for it from Bhagwan or our seniors ever. So let us strive and work hard to do every task that comes our way in the best possible manner. And all of the teammates that you see in the organizing team today are experts at that. I don't know if they're experts in their other attributes or not, but certainly that is one thing in which all of them are experts in. So try to work on that and definitely pray to Swami if he wills. Like I told you, it is just like as easy as Swami, and maybe easier, probably easier than a click that Thanos did in the Avengers Endgame. Sairam.
Okay, I'll tell you how, we have actually identified the organizing team. Maybe you should hear this out also from me, because I'm sure all these participants, the organizing team participants, would have never known about it actually. It just comes like a flash. So when we are actually doing these programs, when we're organizing things, we see the interest and the capability of some people, being elders in the organization, coming with a lot of expertise in the corporate world. We know who can actually perform, who can deliver. So that instinct, let's say we are in a gathering, and that in that gathering, we normally get that intuition and that direction from Bhagwan saying that this particular guy is going to be useful for this particular work. And that's how it clicks. And from there on, we have a meeting, internal meeting, and say that this is the task that we need to. We ask the mentors, who are the people who are capable of doing this? Who are the people who have been very sincere in doing this? And when we take these inputs and finally some names come up, and we take the permission of the All India President saying that these are the people, we write to your state presidents. All these people who are on the organizing team have been intimated under the directions and the permission of the state president. They come into the national organizing team. It's not that they just come, Gopi Uncle has said, or Professor Verma has said, All India President has said. There's a set process. Then we talk to them individually. I take the ownership of talking to them individually. I drill them apart. And then, after that, if I am convinced and Professor Verma is convinced, then the name goes to the All India President. The All India President asks a lot of questions, and then based on our reply, then it actually comes to that fact, that yes, this particular candidate can be brought into the organizing team. That's how it is. Yes, Adugula Akhil.
So, Bhaiya, I just want to add one thing here. So, it is good that you have a zeal to join the organizing team. So, apart from this, I just want to say one line. So, whatever the talent you have, that is a gift from the God. Okay. So, now it is our responsibility how we will return the same thing to the God. So, continue that process, and some days Swami will listen to you. Maybe you will be part of the organizing team, or maybe in a bigger picture, you will see yourself in the future.
Right. But I just saw some notes coming in on the chat box that I really appreciate. Who says this? This is Prasad Kavtankar, who said that I really appreciate the fact that both the doctors in the panel haven't prefixed themselves with doctor is the name. Let me tell you, just before the satsang started, I made a comment to the video makers saying that how come, you missed Dr. Subhada's name. Actually, Dr. Subhada's lower third was not there, and Dr. Stravani's name was also not prefixed with a doctor. And I was surprised to see immediately the response Dr. Suvida gave. Uncle, it's okay even if I'm not, my name is not there, it doesn't matter to me at all. The name is secondary. I am there, in fact, I'm there on the screen and then people can see me. And Dr. Shravani had mentioned, it so beautifully said, Sai Hriday was apologetic, saying that, I miss doctor there. And she writes back to, says, for Swami, I'm only Shravani. For the outside world, I may be a doctor. But for Swami in the Satsang organization, I'm only Shravani. See, that is the kind of transformation that these young children have brought in themselves. Yeah, moving forward, Adugula, and these two questions will take and end the session today. Adugula, Akhil, and Sukrot.
Sir, I'm like a sentimental guy who used to start my day like chanting first Anuvaka of Brahma Durga, something Vedam, remembering the Swami's name. So when the day I started, so if everything goes flat, then I used to keep like Swami, okay, Swami did this and Swami followed up me, Swami given me the strength. But sometimes it is not going to happen the same. So sometimes I may be wrong at doing my professional work or something. The professional way goes something negative about the flow. So in that case, I'm going to get a negative vibe about Swami. Why Swami didn't help out me in this situation? So in that kind, I'm about 2 to 3 hours or 4 to 5 hours. I will be like so some against or some I'm start hating like something Swami didn't help me. So how I need to get rid out this situation, even that 2 to 3 hours or 3 to 4 hours, I need to be always towards the love, or I need to maintain the same love when I get succeed in the day. So can just someone help me to how to get out of this situation?
Sairam brother. So why I'm stepping in here is because I was in a very similar situation back in 2020. I was distraught with some situations in life, and I blamed Swami because, like you said, I would chant Rudram and Vedas morning and evening. I would chant, and still I was caught up in a very difficult situation, and I was really mad at Swami. And it was after that I got introduced into the NLP organizing team, wherein I came to know that love is always unconditional. And if we are holding something to Swami that if you do this, then only you are lovable, or I will accept that you love me, then I think I thought that my love was deficient. And the organizing team gave me an opportunity to work without thinking about anything else and just to work properly. And in the process, I figured that Swami is the most compassionate one. And yes, some problems arise because we have our prarabdha karmas, but it is Swami who is alleviating the entire situation. He's reducing the intensity of what has to happen to a great extent, which we are not able to see through these mundane eyes, right? So I think trust and faith in Swami is most important. Faith and patience is something that one needs to swear by. And if we claim that we love Swami, we have to do it no matter what and leave it to him. I think surrender is the most important thing here. Yes, chanting Vedam and all of that, it has its benefits. We are not able to see how it is benefiting us or how it is handling our situations. But that is where trust would come into play, and we have to trust Swami more than anything else. I hope that helps you.
Absolutely on dot, Subhada. Right. Sukrut, that will be the last question for the day. We've already exceeded by 6 minutes. I think, we will end with Sukrut.
Yeah, meanwhile, just to add to what Shubhada's sister had said, like brother Akhil had asked this question, right? We all have to understand the fact that in a good day, anyone and everyone can remember Bhagwan, right? So it's like answering a 1-mark question in a question paper. But on difficult days, how are we able to connect to God, or how frequently are we able to remember God is utmost important. And that is like a 5 to 10 mark question in a question paper. That holds more significance in the total marks that you get in your report card. So we have to understand that particular element also. She's already said the ways in which we can achieve it. I just wanted to stress on the importance of those difficult days in your life.
Sir, while doing some multitasking or urgent issues or some work, sometimes we are or prioritizing some professional work. Sometimes we are not able to contribute to the initiatives. For example, I had a big mass tree plantation planned, and I was not able to go on that day and contribute. And I had the guilt for at least 2-3 days. So how to deal with those things? And second thing is sometimes doing side work or urgent matters or even managing professional work, sometimes you miss out your daily should it be at a cost of personal sadhana जो आप हर रोज देते हैं समय so is it okay to sometime
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I begin with the answer?
Go ahead.
See, brother, like you very rightly said, this is a problem that we all go through in our day-to-day lives, not just you. We all are also victims of the same. But what I would like you to understand here is the fact that being a full-timer in the mission of Bhagwan does not mean you attending every activity that is happening in the organization. Obviously, if you can, certainly you should. If you are not able to, then how to be a full-time member or a full-time contributor in the mission of Bhagwan is your chintan that you often say, right, in Hindi. Your thoughts should always be devoted in how I can do things better, how I can connect with Bhagwan, or what I should do. Strategize your activities that next time when I go, I'll do this. This is the plan of action that I have. Maybe I will do this, this, this. So your thought should always be in sync with Bhagwan's teachings, messages, and his work. So even if you're not physically there, try to always be associated with the work of Bhagwan mentally, even though if you're not physically present. That is something, another thing that I would like for you to add. Maybe you can try that. See, we all are busy, occupied in our day-to-day lives, but try to stress on the fact that Uncle said, right, we have to make God our life. Yes, but more importantly, an active part of our life. That is what Uncle stressed on by me saying the word life, right? How to make God an active part of our life. We have to prioritize God. For example, if you for 2 hours, if you use Instagram every day, right, scrolling for reels, right, try to replace at least 15 minutes of that slot with an activity that connects you to God. If you are listening to YouTube music or Spotify for 30 minutes, try to replace that 10 minutes out of that slot and listen to at least 2 bhajans. That will help you be more connected to God, and that will ensure that you are more associated and everything will fall in its place for you to be more associated with Bhagwan and his mission. Sairam.
Right. I think, you
just
know,
want to add, Bhaiya, I just want to add one thing. So, since he mentioned he regret because he didn't attend the plantation program. Now, the main part comes after the plantation to take care of the plants. So now you plan accordingly because that is the 10% they have done. Okay, other Sebadal. Now the 90% is remaining for you. So you plan accordingly. So you take care of the plants. That will be another seva for you. Sairam.
I think, you know, I'll talk to you, Sukhino, offline also, because there are certain things that we have to discuss. I know where you're hitting, you know, where from the thought came into your mind. I know that, Sukhino. We will talk about it separately in a separate call. So we will leave it right now here. I should say that this has been a great session, and talking to youngsters like you has always been a great motivation for me as the convener of this program. I've had wonderful team members, you know, starting from Gitanjali, Sai Gundarjan, Kush Bharadwaj, you name the team, you know, they are, you know, such lively people, such committed people, such beautiful people at heart. You know, they might be very strict with you when they're actually, you know, getting into action as a mitra in your particular state. But I should say that they're very sweet people. All of them, you know, it's a great pleasure for me always to talk to them. And if this program, let me also put it on record on camera today, if this program is successful today, there are 2 reasons for this. The first and primary reason is Swami's abundant love and grace is on the program. That's part one. The first part is abundant love of Swami and grace. Fourth edition of the leadership program is happening, and we are just getting into the next edition also. The second thing is that, see, it's always like this. राजा को माला पहनाया जाता है, but काम करते कोई और है. And I want to place it on record today. The entire organizing team, right, project management, Kush, Gitanjali, Sai Gundaranjan, Pramod, these are the guys who actually make it. Communications team, then the sessions team. There's so many different teams that they operate. You will not know that maybe even in a corporate world, there will not be so many departments, but in the NLP organizing team, there's so many different wings that they do work and they collaborate and then actually offer it as love to Swami. And that's the greatest thing. And I'm deeply indebted to Rikshit here, Shravani, Siddharth, Subhada, and Shravan. And the rest of the entire organizing team. I see a lot of the team members here who are on the call today. I know if I, poke each one of them, there'll be bundles of knowledge that will come out from each one of them. But we will definitely get an opportunity to meet all of them in person. January 26, 27, 28. We are going to be there. We're going to have a fun time. Fun with Satsang is what we plan in the NLP organizing valedictory function. With these few words, I now hand it over to Shivani to propose the word of thanks, and then we will end this with Shanti Mantram. Over to you. Thank you, Shivani. Sairam.
Om Shri Sairam, loving Sairam, and my loving pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Master, Mother Sai, and the breath of our lives. I would like to thank Swami residing in each one of the organizing team members. I joined organizing team back in April, and I've been having the best time because I love people. They are like the staple food for me. So whenever I talk to anyone in the team, it only inspires me to take a step forward and learn what am I missing. So thank you for being who you are. Thank you for guiding us so well, so patiently. And thank you for also bringing in those small pockets of joys and the fun part when we plan for some lunch, we go eat and we just laugh our hearts out and we talk so many things. And at the end, it is so beautiful how we all get connected to Swami. And I am more than vote of thanks. I think this is me expressing my gratitude that I'm a part of it and I get to learn from such beautiful, amazing, gorgeous people all around me. Gopi uncle and Professor Verma, thank you so much for always giving us the task कि हाँ ये करना है and with this beautiful organizing team हम चले झंडा गाड़ने. So thank you so much, and surely we had the best time in today's satsang. Thank you so much. Jai Sairam. Happy upcoming week.
Thank you for this time. Just one small thing on behalf of entire organizing team, and even would like to add Bhagwan into this. Believe me, brothers and sisters, though this course is just a 1-year course for you, but being from an organizing team member, we are continuing this course year on year. Each module is a different learning for us. 1, 2, the great leadership lessons, what we have learned from Gobya, and now we're learning from Dr. Yogendra Verma sir also. Please, please, please be mindful, be watchful, whatever he says and they say. Without them, believe me or not, there are many shockers which comes. Gobya, sorry, I'm adding this word, this sentence here. Many things which comes. It's not easy to execute such a big program. Though, Bhaiya, I have already mentioned to all of us, my organizing team, my compartments, but the blood which flows, the blood which boils also sometime to get the heart up. Yes. Believe me or not, those lessons are there for us. It's not that we are just praising. What we are trying to say here is, even to make these different components, different part of body work in a synergistic way. I think these are the lessons which we are still learning. on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. There were times when we do go too high, too low too, but we are also trying to learn that balance, that how should we work in a synergy, how should we really try to learn from our seniors. And I personally request all of you, because you will be seniors in near future, people will be looking up to you. So you are not just completing your course and submitting your project and then a nice certificate and a good photo with Swami Sannidhi. You will be the moving examples and people will be looking up to you. No wonders maybe another person coming without having any doctor. And by the way, in front of Gopi Bhaiya's name is also Dr. Gopi Krishna Piditla. That doctor is also missing there. But what I'm trying to say here is, please just be ensured that if you are the daughter of Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba, if you are the son of Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba, how will you conduct yourself? How will people see you? Will they see you as a devotee? Then can you be a part-time? Can you be a part-time son to your father or a daughter to your father? No. Please keep these things up, because this is the core. This is that great love which we have to offer to Bhagwan. Course is just a way to offer the love. Sairam, thank you for the time, Bhaiya.
Thank you so much, Kush, for coming in. It is always an inspiration to hear you also. I know you are a very acclaimed personality. I was reading your biodata today and I was so happy to get associated with a youngster like you. Thanks, Kush. I would also like to thank Sai Hruday, it was his idea to have this program today, and he was the guy who was pushing everybody. I think, and though being the youngest in the entire organizing team, I think he's pushed all these elderly sisters and brothers to the wall, and he got this done. Thanks, Sai Hruday. Hope you have reached your destination, and we will end this with a Shanti Mantra. If you have any questions that you want to ask, please, the chat box will be opened up by the communication team. You can post it there and we will answer the questions. Next Sunday, we will be having a Satsang by Professor Yogendra Verma, the Pro-Vice Chancellor, a very ardent devotee of Bhagwan, who is the State President of Himachal Pradesh. He will be offering a Satsang by the Sattvam team next Sunday. Over to you, Sattvam team. Your time starts now. Start preparing. Jai Sairam.
Samastha Lokah Sukhino Bhavanthu. Samastha Lokah Sukhino Bhavanthu. Samastha Lokah Sukhino Bhavantu. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Jai Bolo Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba Ji ki Jai.